Today I'm going to be going over the top 5 products of 2025 that made my personal list for the things that help me the most when I'm designing in CAD, and some professional applications that I think would make great gifts for the maker and or engineer in your life. But more exciting, I teamed up this year with Autodesk and 3D Connection, and they are willing to give away 3 out of my top 5 products to 3 lucky winners just by registering at the link that I'll have down in the description. So please go check this out after the video. I'll jump into details on that later, but the only thing you need to know is that registration will close on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2025, and then I will announce the winners publicly after that. So without waiting any longer, let's go ahead and jump into my top 5 products of 2025. All right, so coming in at number 5 is this mechanical keyboard that I picked up recently. It's really snazzy. I have to. Now, this might seem like an oddball thing to be suggesting for anybody that's doing designing, but hear me out. 2 things. 1, my old keyboard that I've had for nearly a decade now, it's been serving its purpose. It's great. And just recently, some of the keys started sticking and I noticed it was starting to lag a little bit in what I'll call true like Adam Savage form. I bought a tool that got the job done and it's been great for the longest time. But I finally came to the realization that, I use my keyboard sometimes up to like 10 hours a day if I'm at home and I'm doing my YouTube stuff, or I'm working inside a CAD and I'm, punching on all these hotkeys all the time. For me, this seemed like a nice upgrade to finally make. I don't think you have to get this exact model or anything like this. I think you should find something that is comfortable for you. Take it into consideration. I think it's worth upgrading your keyboard if this is something you're spending a lot of time doing. And for somebody that's working in CAD design, this is directly applicable for a plethora of things. Like I said, the hotkeys, calculations, drafting up sketches or ideas, or just brain dumping something for a brainstorming session. I think this one, I just picked it up. It was like $75 with like a coupon that I clipped. Kind of pricey, but also in the grand scheme of things, not really, because again, it's something I use every day. If you know someone that is spending a ton of time at their desk and they're doing some workflow like, CAD designing, or again, really creating anything at their desktop, I think this is a worthy investment to finally take the plunge to go ahead and get yourself an upgraded keyboard. Now, coming in at number 4 is actually an upgraded Autodesk license. Now, hear me out. Autodesk did not reach out to me and ask for me to promote that. I'm not being sponsored to say that. This is kind of the first time I'm announcing this on my channel. About a month ago, I got inducted into the Fusion Content Creator Program. As a part of that, I was upgraded with my license type, so I'm no longer on the free personal use license, which please do not freak out because I'm still going to try to make content for anybody on any type of license format. Why is this in my top 5 list? As soon as I jumped into it, I started noticing a ton of extensions that expand your capabilities for a lot of stuff. If you're a heavy duty user, or if you're someone that is trying to make and professionally sell a lot of the work that you do, this is kind of a must have. And I think it works for multiple things. It's great for the CAD CAM software already. It's great for the design interface and some basic rendering and stuff like that. But a lot of those features are just upgraded to the max so that you have what feels like unlimited freedom for somebody that's freelancing, selling stuff, getting into more robust designing, maybe even some of the back-end stuff. So the data management, or, working with your clients and doing some walkthroughs and stuff like that, or teams management between different members of the software. And I will still hold by my belief that if you don't think it is something you need right now, you probably don't. But if you or somebody that you know is getting really serious with their designing, it might be a good solution for you and your team if you're trying to take your CAD and CAD management to the next level. Coming in here at number 3, we're getting into the first of one of the giveaway items. It is a set of calipers. If you haven't heard of calipers yet, they are probably one of the most important tools for not only engineers. So if you know someone that's a mechanical engineer, this is something that you get them as quickly as possible. My wife ended up purchasing my first set of calipers back in maybe 2020, and it immediately became one of these tools that I was using for everything. I was using it for school. I was using it for sketching. I was using it for designing stuff and then being able to translate dimensions into my software, or if I was making something in my software, I would pull those dimensions out, put it in my calipers, and then be able to kind of scale it to see what I'm working with. So if you have heard of these, great, and you still don't have a set, you really should. They're really not that expensive. For like 30 or 40 bucks, you can get away with a tool that is going to last you forever, if I'm being honest with you. Mine has seen a lot of stuff, and it's still repeatable, accurate enough for what I do, done nothing but add value to a lot of the designing and stuff that I work on. So shout out to Autodesk. This is the first of one of the products that they're going to be giving away. So if you're interested in something like this, they are sponsoring a set of Mitutoyo Calipers for somebody in my community. So go and sign up if that's something that you're interested in trying to win. Now, coming in at number 2 is going to be the SpaceMouse by 3D Connection. For those of you out there that have been commenting, kind of nudging me to try one of these things out, holy smokes, it is a game changer when it comes to operating inside of your CAD software. It is one of those tools where I feel like if you have the money to spend, it is something that every CAD designer, every engineer, anybody that is spending a ton of time in their CAD to have, because it makes it like you are more connected to the parts that you're designing in a weird way. The form factor is amazing. You're able to translate around your planes and through 3D space. They've got programmable keys so that you can start mapping different hotkeys and shortcuts, and all of it fits right inside the palm of your hand. So this is definitely a tool that is made for people that are designing in CAD specifically, like full stop. That is the main purpose of this kind of tool. It's a super easy gift for your loved one if this is something that they do a lot. Can't recommend it enough. And again, thank you to 3D Connection. This is another item that's going to be part of the product giveaway. Okay, coming in at number 1 is going to be my 3D printer. Now, if you are anybody that is remotely in this space whatsoever, whether you are a maker, a hobbyist, you do woodworking, or you're into automotive, or you want to make your own tools, you want to make stuff around the house, you want to design your own products, you want to be able to prototype, maybe you want a finished product, this is by far, hands down, the tool to buy. There's never been a better excuse to go ahead and make the leap to get this for someone that you love, somebody that is getting interested in STEM related stuff, or if they like to make their own stuff, even for yourselves. I'll be honest with you, it is such a good selfish purchase. I wouldn't feel bad about it because it is by far the best thing, the most frequently used thing that I have resorted to for the last 10 years now. Absolutely worth the investment. There's tons of price options, and usually when people come to me and ask like, what 3D printer should I buy? I'm going to divide a lot of people here, but it's pretty straightforward right now. I ask, what is your budget? And then go buy a Bambu Labs 3D printer. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, and I've used a ton of other printers. I started off with MakerBots and the Creality series. I used the Elegoo's, I've used the Prusas, and I really loved the Prusas for the longest time, and I still think Prusa is a great option. However, all of the convenience of everything related to 3D printing that I enjoy comes through in the Bambu Lab products. They're as close to plug and play as it has gotten in a long time. They're super reliable. The Bambu Lab P1S and the P1P that I own now have lasted me for the last 4 years. I haven't had to do any major maintenance on them. I haven't had to tune anything, customize them. I haven't had to do anything. I just pulled them out of the box and I immediately put them to work when I was getting into a heavy manufacturing phase, when I was making and selling some products, and they have never let me down. So in terms of the giveaway, Autodesk, thank you so much. They're going to be sponsoring a Bambu Lab P1S for a lucky recipient, and that aligns perfectly with me because I still think the Bambu Lab P1S is the best all-around low to mid-entry 3D printer that you can get. Highly recommend as one of my favorite gifts that you could possibly give to somebody, especially if they're already interested in it. Do your research, but those are my recommendations for you to start with. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that gives you some good gift ideas to give out this holiday season to the maker in your life, or maybe if it's something that you've been waiting for to possibly help you get your projects more underway or to improve your own design workflow and maybe get some more efficiencies there. Now, for the gift giveaway, I'm super excited about this to be able to give back to the community. So shout out again to Autodesk and 3D Connection for being willing to sponsor these gifts, not the video itself, but just giving these gifts back to the community. These words are 100% my own for the list that I came up with, and they took what I generated and ran with it. So huge thank you to those teams. To register to win, just go down to the Google form that I have linked in my description, fill out your name, a valid email address, and then I have a couple of questions to ask what your preferences are in case you're like the second or the third winner, to be able to have something to go off of in case your preference isn't there for your top choice. The only rules that really apply is that you need to have a shipping address in the United States, and you need to have a valid email so that the Autodesk team can contact you to get you your product if you are chosen to be a winner. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for another incredible year with me, and happy holidays to everybody. I'll catch you next time.